What is good, everybody, and welcome to a Monday edition of Weekday Wagers. My name is Mark Wallace. I am sitting in the host chair today. Why? Because Mr. DG, Daniel Gert himself, he is committed to an outside work function. So you get me and you get Robbie Hockey. And I am so glad Robbie is here, simply because we've had some big news in the NHL. Huge shakeup happened between Montreal and Florida. Can't wait to get into that with Robbie. We got some World Cup soccer action going on right now. And yeah, we'll get to that in a second. However, listen, it is Monday. And Robbie, this could be one of the highest rated shows because whenever you and I do a show together, we seem to accumulate more views than when DG's on. So I don't know what that means. I just know our numbers are great. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great. Yeah, depending on if anybody knows that I'm on today. If they're under the assumption DG's on today, they may not have tuned in. So be sure you tune in every day because you never know who's going to show up.
That's right. Never know. You never know. Hey, first of all, let me check it. Did you have a good Father's Day?
I did. I had a great Father's Day. Me and the boys worked out that morning because we like to work out. We're all psychos. And then I took them to my father-in-law's lake house, spent some time with him, and they got to play and ride the jet ski and all that good stuff. But how about you? How was your Father's Day?
You know, it was an interesting one. It was funny. We were talking about what happened to us last week with all of our appliances, your dishwasher, DG's air conditioning, my oil pump. And on Saturday, the dishwasher that we've been having issues with crapped the bed again. And so my Father's Day, we had a fantastic meal. Wonderful meal. My wife is so pissed off at this dishwasher and the company who's supposed to be fixing it that I offered to wash the dishes on Father's Day simply to give her the day off. So, yeah, that's how my Father's Day went.
Yeah, we both have wives pissed off at the dishwashers right now. So
yeah,
paper plates are in abundance at the hockey household.
That's right. That's right. And I didn't think it would be apropos to remind her who the dishwasher was. That would be very sexist of me, and I would probably get punched.
Hey, you know what? I learned a rule, and thanks to the movie The Fast and the Furious for this rule. If the woman washes the dishes or the male washes the dishes, whoever does the cooking, it's respect that the other one does the dishes. So if Sarah cooks, which is 90% of the time because you don't want to eat my food, I'm the one that usually does the dishes. But I usually also get abundance of paper plates so that I don't have to do the dishes. So it's a cheat code too.
All right. Yeah, I don't think my wife is watching right now, but that's certainly not the arrangement we have. She's Italian. She does all the cooking. I only do the grilling. That's my role.
See, I don't even care about that. You know, Mark, I don't even care about that. My wife actually said it the other day. She wanted to cook burgers, and I got the grill set up and ready because the boys wanted to throw football or whatever. I'm perfectly fine going and playing sports with the kids and not having to do any of that. I hate cooking. Right. I hate it. I can grill. I do grill way better than I can do anything else, but I'm not opposed to if she wants to do it. I don't care. Nobody cares in my house.
Speaking of getting grilled, the NHL had a blockbuster move. As Nate points out, Brady Tkachuk joins his brother going from Montreal down to Florida.
Ottawa.
Yeah. Ottawa. Going from Ottawa down to Florida. First of all, one, who saw this coming? But second, what does this mean for the Florida Panthers now as they start to eye up next season?
I think he's right. Canes are on notice because Florida took a year off. Let's face it. They were injury riddled. They didn't play up to what they're normally used to playing to. They're going to get Barkov back. Now they're going to get Brady Tkachuk. So you've got Tkachuk, Bennett, the other Tkachuk, and Marchand all on one team. And, I mean, that's a goon squad if I've ever seen one. And I think it's a good move for Florida because they're right now, they're just trying to win right now. rebuilding is not really in their factor. They're getting guys who are proven winners. Might as well keep going while the window's open. And I think it's a great move. And I would expect more moves from Florida. I don't know if you know this, but Dylan Larkin is not happy in Detroit. And Connor Hellebuyck is also talking about leaving Winnipeg. So it wouldn't shock me if you saw a Bobrovsky-Hellebuyck swap in this as well. So it's a lot of moving parts, especially with the NHL draft coming up this Friday.
It is. It is certainly. There's a lot to take into consideration. From an Ottawa standpoint, I'm a little surprised, actually, that they didn't get more for him. That they seem to kind of just wanted to, and I don't know if that gives strength to the rumors that kind of preceded this transaction, where Tkachuk was not happy in Ottawa, and because the Canadians were not happy with him as he played for the USA team.
Yeah, the whole Olympics have kind of changed the dynamic of a lot of places right now. I think he was fine in Ottawa. He said he wanted to win in Ottawa, and he wasn't going to leave until he did. But his contract was coming up next year. He was going to be a free agent. So I think Ottawa right now struck while it was hot. You're getting rid of him, but you're also going to get, I think, 3 first-round picks on Friday. Florida also dealt Mackie Samoskevich to the Seattle Kraken to get that 25th first-round pick on Friday. So they were able to really package that 9th overall 25th on top of what Ottawa already had. So but it's Ottawa, and I'm sorry, Ottawa fans, but you haven't been the most consistent. And I can say that because my Preds are the same way. But you haven't been the most consistent at winning, and you just took the face of your franchise and you shipped them to Florida. So they're definitely in a rebuilding mode. I don't know how it's going to look this year, but they're probably a few years away if I have my guess.
Well, listen, I love when the chat starts popping. And as Tony says, there's obviously, we said it wrong. There's obviously a T in the name. And
shout out to Soupy.
As Joe says, T. Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Tkachuk. Well,
I should have had I've got a Matthew Tkachuk 4 Nations jersey. I should have had it fixed to where it was TEA or T/Tkachuk, just in honor of Soupy.
But listen, that's why when we talk hockey, we should call this segment Hair and Hockey.
I love that, actually. Way better than what you call Robbie's radar. I love that idea.
Hey, we also had some big news in the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks have hired a head coach coming from Michigan, a Mr. Dusty May. What are your look? First of all, Michigan just coming off the national championship. Is this the right move for both the Mavericks and for May?
I think so. And if you're a Michigan fan, I know you're pissed off today, as I guess you should be. But he got you a national championship. So look at it like this. He at least won there. Now, I know there's been some argument that they wanted Duke's head coach, Shire, to go. I think it would be more if Duke's head coach had left, because he hasn't won a national title with them yet. But with May, he won a championship in Michigan. Now he has a chance to go to the NBA, see what he can do. And I know you and I were talking before the show, with the NIL era, he's already kind of ready for the NBA, right?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because you know what? You had brought up an interesting point. What was that little nugget that you had on coaches that had made the leap to go to pro?
Yeah, so when you look at it, the last 10 coaches to go from college to the NBA, only 2 have a winning record. And that was Billy Donovan when he was with Chicago and OKC, and then Brad Stevens when he was at Boston. Other guys, notable guys like John Calipari, 72 and 112. Rick Pitino, 192 and 220. They don't really succeed when they go from college to the NBA, but I think that was a different landscape than what we're looking at now with the transfer portal and all the NIL stuff. So I think it's a pretty solid move for May. He's going to get Cooper Flagg, and he's a player's coach too, right? He knows how to work with the players. So I think it's a solid hire for Dallas. Now, history doesn't prove that, but I think with the new era, I think it's a pretty solid hire.
Do you think so? I think there's so much riding on Dusty May's shoulders specifically for this reason, right? He's the first real head coach from this NIL transfer portal era to make the leap into the pros. You mentioned Pitino and Calipari, and yes, they've been accused of kind of bending the rules and altering some payments for players. But that's a lot different than having to juggle NIL contracts and really operating the collegiate basketball landscape as a business the way that they do in the NBA. I do think that that's going to help May with the transition. I don't know that the offensive schematics and defensive schemes, I think it's going to take a little time to adjust to at the professional level.
Probably so. I mean, Cooper Flagg's the mainstay there, and then he's going to have to get his own guys in that system as well. And as somebody said in the chat, yeah, I think Joe said Luka being gone. That's, it would be nice if he was walking into a Luka Doncic's Cooper Flagg situation, but we all saw how that went last year. But I think if you get the right guys in there, I think he'll be okay. I think so. I'm going to put money that he does okay, which, like I said, the history says wrong, but we'll see. Because like you said, he's the first coach in the NIL era to actually make the transition. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good history lesson no matter what, whenever it's all said and done.
Well, I was just looking over because we also have some World Cup soccer taking place right now. Argentina up 1-0 over Austria. A little bit of a scare for Lionel Messi, anytime goal scorer, which, by the way, was the most popular bet over at BetMGM prior to the start of the game. Lionel Messi had a penalty kick that the goalie stopped in the first half. But in true Messi fashion, comes right back 5 minutes later, kicks in a goal, and Argentina up 1-0. Have you been able to watch some of this World Cup soccer?
Before this weekend, I did. I haven't got to watch as much this weekend just with Father's Day and a lot of things going on. But I am kicking myself now because I was telling myself, bet Messi to score a goal, have you some daytime action. And I didn't do it because he scored a hat trick last week. So I just thought, well, I don't know. Everybody was on Ronaldo to score too, and he put up a dud. So maybe Messi has a day off or something. But clearly, he's still prime Messi. I mean, it's insane the run he's on right now.
Yeah, he was, I believe, according to our good friend John Eimer, or Buckets, said that Messi was 1 goal away from the World Cup record for goal scorers, and he's 1 assist away from holding that record as well for the World Cup. So I think that he is absolutely motivated to get out and put on a show. And not that he's not motivated at other times. I just think that he's really, look, this is his last World Cup, and I think even he knows it. He's going to go out as a superstar.
I saw his birthday's on Wednesday too, Messi. So he has a birthday coming up on Wednesday. But that's a good nugget about the assist prop, because maybe that's a live bet that you can make right now. I'm sure there's great odds on it.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting prop. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we've covered everything that we're going to do with that. The only other thing, here's a question though. Did you use this weekend?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors: original, hot, and no salt. That's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't-miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
And actually, I did use some Bassett's Blends over this weekend. I put it all over our steak and our chicken that we were grilling. So here's my play for today. We have had so much fun with these 3K parlays. I'm doing it again. And we're going to need each one of these guys to record at least 1 strikeout. And we're going to cash a nice plus 140 ticket. First up, we're going to target Jack Caglione of the Royals. Jack Attack. Look, the kid can absolutely mash, but strikeouts are still a major part of his profile right now. He's recorded a strikeout in 10 of his last 11 games and is averaging 1.4 Ks per game. Tonight, he gets Drew Rasmussen, who has always had the ability to miss bats against left-handed hitters. Cags, he's striking out nearly 30% of the time against right-handed pitching, and that's the matchup we're getting here. 1 bad swing, and we're cashing the first leg. Next up, Ezekiel Tovar of the Rockies. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure how sportsbooks haven't elevated his odds, but I'll take advantage of it because why? He's recorded a strikeout in 21 of his last 22 games and has been one of the most reliable strikeout props in all of baseball for over a month now. Tonight, he gets a Boston lefty in Jake Bennett. And Tovar's strikeout rate jumps to almost 37% against southpaws. We're not asking for 2. We're not asking for 3. Just one swing through a slider. Get us home on here. The final leg, we're going to target the Brewers' Christian Yelich. This matchup is all about the breaking ball. Yelich owns a 46.88, almost a 47% whiff rate against breaking balls, and Brady Singer throws them over 40% of the time. Yelich has recorded a strikeout in 13 of his last 15 games and is averaging 1.5 strikeouts per game. That pitch mix lines up perfectly for this prop, and that's exactly what we want when we're building these parlays. So there you got it. You got Tags, Tovar, Yelich, all to record 1+ strikeout. Put all 3 of those together, you get a plus 140 3K parlay.
I love it. I love it. Look, I'm going to go to an actual hit parlay, and I had to pivot because I was really, really on Kyle Stowers tonight. And then I found out Kumar Rocker's not going to start. He's going to fill in after Tyler Alexander because he sucks in the first inning. So I pivoted, and I found 2 guys I'd like to get a hit tonight. First one, we're going to say Byron Buxton and James Wood, 1+ hit at minus 111. Buxton is facing Eric Lauer, left-handed pitcher. He's batting a 400 against him, 1.0 slug, and he has 2 home runs in his last 10 at-bats against him. He's cashed 1 hit in 75% of his last 20 games, and he's actually 72% on the year for hits. So he doesn't see left-handed pitchers a ton. I think he's only faced them 75, 76 times this season. But he's batting 276 overall versus lefties. I love this spot for Buxton just to get a hit. I also love Buxton to go yard, but his odds are pretty terrible as of right now. And then second, we're going to pivot to James Wood. He's going to be facing Alan Rangel, right-handed pitcher of the Phillies. And the biggest thing here is this is a bullpen game for Philadelphia. They just coming off the Sunday night baseball, and I think tonight you're going to see them start off a little bit cold. Wood has a hit in 70% of his last 20 games and in 60% of his games this season. Rangel is giving up 2.2 hits per outing. I think this is a great spot for Wood to take advantage of him. And if not him, I think he's going to rake this bullpen as well. I also don't mind James Wood to go yard tonight. But all we need him for this play is to just get a hit, and that's at minus 111.
I like it. I like it. Interesting. You might see Byron Buxton here in just a second. But a little interesting note, our guy DG says, what up, everyone? I'm actually going to get to see Seabass this weekend. Listen, I can tell you personally, as having hung out and met Seabass before, and it's a great time. If there is anybody that is one of those people that you think, I would love to have a beer with that guy, Seabass is that guy. I mean, he was a lot of fun. And I'm a little jealous, actually.
Me too.
I don't mind seeing Seabass again. And Tony, DG, if you can still hear us, Tony wants to know if you're going to Maryland. So I would also suggest some blue crab if you're in the area. I'm sure Tony knows what I'm talking about, but especially if you go to Baltimore. If you go to Baltimore, as they say it in Maryland, hook yourself up with some blue crabs, just like the locals. Robbie, Bruce Green says he needs a padlock with a key.
Okay.
I don't know what he's trying to store away and keep from everybody, but I think he means he needs a lock.
Needs a lock tonight. I got you.
All right.
Look, I've been doing. You've inspired me actually because of your K parlays and your NRFI parlays. So this weekend, I thought I would actually create the hits, runs, and RBIs parlay of the day at justthestatsports.com. So I actually have one of these tonight, and I have a way you could actually pivot. There's two ways you could do this. I've got Alec Burleson, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Josh Bell all to get either a hit, run, or an RBI parlayed them together at plus 119. Christian Yelich is also another guy you could use. He has a hit in 18 of his last 20 games as well. So any 4 of those guys, you mix those 3 together, you're going to get plus odds for them to just get a hit, run, or an RBI. It's a market I love attacking because if they don't get a hit, they can still get a run. If they don't get a run, they can still get an RBI. There's 100 different ways, a few different ways you can cash this. But I think that's your lock of the night. It's the HRR parlay of the day. Alec Burleson, Pete Crow Armstrong, Josh Bell, all to get at least 1 hits, runs, and RBI.
I love that look. I love that look because 2 of the 3 came off of so every day for the play of the day over at justthestatsports.com, we get a listing of all the sports that are playing and the props with the highest probability of hitting. 2 of the 3 guys that you just listed were on the MLB highest probability chart. And there's only 15, so it only goes down to 15. So wow. You said that was, what were the odds on that again?
Plus 119.
I love it. I love it.
And you're talking about guys, Burleson's hitting 20 of 20, PCA's hitting 19 of 20, Josh Bell's hitting 18 of 20. So you've got very consistent hitters right now. And I think they all 3 have solid matchups tonight as well.
I don't know if you saw this, but Joe says that I am a must-have 4 beers with type of guy. I don't know, Joe. I don't know that I could drink 4 beers and still be able to function and do all the things I need to do. That's not really me. I'm more of a 1 bourbon type of guy or a 1 beer type of guy. I know Joe can put them down.
I was about to say, I know Joe puts them down.
That's right. Yeah, I'll watch Joe have 4 beers. And speaking of Joe and travel, look, I just learned something. I do know that Joe is going to be in Wrigley Field or at Wrigley Field in Chicago for a function that the CBS crew, the Early Edge crew, that are dear friends of the show, and we're very close with a lot of those guys outside of this arena. Joe's going to be in Chicago. Rumor has it that we might have a Weekday Wagers celeb show up there.
If I can get things to work, I am currently trying my best to get there as well. So I've never been to Wrigley, but yeah, I'll definitely come to Wrigley and drink some beer with you, Joe, as long as everything falls into place.
Look at that. So you not only do you have a chance to hang out with Joe, Joe would actually, that would be funny because that would be Joe would be able to check off 2 of the 3 here at Weekday Wagers. You'd be able to, you're going to be, if you do make it, A-Mags, Buckets, Sia, Larry are all over there. We'll be M squared. You're gonna get ahead of us as we start checking off all the boxes of who we've met personally. Yeah, that's a nice head start, my friend. Nice head start. Yeah. Well, look, I hope it works out because I think that'd be great. But you know what's going to be happening July 1st as well? I don't know if you heard this. You might be on the road and have to make this announcement with us while you're on the road. We have our memberships here at the Weekday Wagers that are starting July 1st. There's 2 different levels. For $2, you get to be part of the fam. For $5, you get to be a baller. Right? And I don't have the listing right now. DG was on the road, so he couldn't send me the graphic, but we will have the graphic for Wednesday for sure, and for Friday. But you see all the different levels. But in addition, I have on very good authority that we might have a merch store that rolls out as well July 1st. And any truth to the rumor that people can get a regular t-shirt and then the Robbie Cut t-shirt?
Yeah, we're making Robbie Cut t-shirts. From what I hear, they're making Robbie Cut t-shirts as well. It should actually gain your biceps 2 or 3 more inches just by wearing it.
It just automatically, the color schemes are such that it doesn't matter what your arm size is. When you put this shirt on, your biceps automatically grow.
Transforms you. 100%.
I love it. So yes, that's the as we keep rolling things out, we have the memberships that will be rolling out July 1st. We will also have our merchandise store. And believe me, we're starting out slow with the merch store, just kind of gradually adding things. We will continually add more and more as things get designed and as it starts to grow. But yeah, things are going along. And I've got a couple of hats, some t-shirts. I'm hoping we can get that plushable Dubs.
Yeah, a stuffy. I think that's what the kids call them, stuffies. Yeah,
the stuffies. Yeah, that'd be great. Look, Joe says he's going to measure Robbie's biceps compared to Sia.
Can't wait.
Yeah. My money's on Rob.
I may even just wear a cutoff to the Wrigley game. I heard it's supposed to be hot that day, so maybe I'll just show up in the cutoff that day.
That would be hilarious. We might be able to get you a pre-ordered Weekday Wagers Rob cut shirt.
Oh, definitely.
Which would be sick.
Definitely.
That'd be funny. Huh.
I got to figure out who I'm cheering for that game. My wife's already pissed because she's a diehard Cubs fan. And she's like, how are you going to Wrigley over me? And I was like, perks of being good at what I do. But I don't know. I know they're playing your Padres that day, but I've never been a huge Padres fan either. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You're going to root for the Padres. That's what you can do. What do you mean you don't know what you're going to do?
I mean, the way PCA's batting right now, and as much money as he's made for me over the last couple of days, maybe I just buy a PCA jersey at this point.
Now you're just being ridiculous. I'm not even listening to this. I am not even listening to this. Let's get to our daily dinger. We have got new father Shohei Ohtani at plus 180. Byron Buxton at plus 205. The aforementioned PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong at plus 305. Wilson Contreras at plus 330. And Zach, you call him Neto, I call him Nito at plus 400. Robbie, who do you like on this list, or are you going off the board?
I'm going to go off the board. I'm going to take my boy Jake Bowers, who I've talked about this morning on the Daily Dinger. I know he's 0 for 7 against Brady Singer, but Brady Singer is not the same pitcher as he once was. Bowers right now he's just absolutely crushing the sinker and the slider and the cutter. He has 2 home runs off each. You got wind blowing 10 miles per hour to the right, which fits him perfectly. Give me Jake Bowers, and that was at plus 315 this morning.
Okay. All right. You know, there's a reason I call him Nito, is because it would be Nito if he hit another home run. Something that he has done in 4 of his last 6 games, and he's facing Kyle Bradish. Look, Bradish has been decent, but Neto has been absolutely crushing righties, and Bradish actually allows lefties more pop than he does right-handed batters. Neto's also hitting 369 ISO with a 23% barrel rate. I love this spot for him. Your thoughts on Neto?
I like Neto. I like the Angels, him and Adele. I like both of those guys. But, yeah, I think you're solid with Neto tonight.
Is she singing?
Yeah. Sorry. Is that how you say his name? Joe Adele? I'm guessing that's how you say his name, or I could be totally butchering.
It's Adele.
Yeah.
It's Adele.
Took me a second. I'll be sure to say hello from the other side when I go to Wrigley next week.
I was just looking at. Make sure you get me on the other side. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, I know we don't have a TV timeout segment yet, but some people have been asking, what's the next show? I think I already know the answer to this. You're a Game of Thrones fan, correct?
Correct.
Do you think we should start because House of Dragon season 3 just dropped last night?
It did.
Should we start doing a House of Dragons show for a TV timeout?
Yeah. I think we could maybe move TV timeout to Wednesday, since normally you and I are already on Wednesdays together. I'm not sure if DG watches House of Dragon, but we watched it last night.
Oh yeah. So Tony says that House of Dragon was awesome last night. Yes, it was. So let's do that. Let's give everybody a chance. For those of you that want to watch it and follow along with us, go ahead, get that done. It came out dropped last night.
Yep.
But we won't talk about it right now. We'll wait until Wednesday and really dive into what should be happening for the rest of the season and how things kind of are starting to line up based on their season premiere.
I'm down with that. Sounds good.
Hey, and Tony also wants to know, will the merch store include Weekday Wagers, Mr. Predictos? I don't know that we can actually do a Mr. Predicto for licensing reasons. But if there's anybody who can figure out a way to, let's just say it's not off the table. There might be some sort of variant of a Mr. Predicto in some upcoming merch. Whether it's DG in a wizard outfit, I don't know. I don't know what that is. With the lighted crystal ball in front of him. That'd be a kind of a way to get around Mr. Predicto. So we'll see. But if you're from Hasbro Toys and watching us, we are not trying to sidestep your licensing.
Yeah.
For what
we'd have to pre-program the Predicto to say probably some things he probably wouldn't say that's already pre-programmed into DG's, but
right.
DG's Predicto is always moody. That's why I always have to give him like 8 or 9 home run hitters because he doesn't like any of them.
I'll tell you what, though, 100%. And where Magic 8-Ball was clueless, Mr. Predicto is spot on, but you have to catch him at the right time. And if he gets annoyed with you, forget it. Show's over. Just put him down and walk away because it's not nothing's gonna happen. So yeah, it actually is kind of funny how real that is.
Yeah.
So, hey, what are you watching tonight?
Oh, tonight the boys are want to watch wrestling. They always like wrestling, but I'm going to have the Red Sox play a late game tonight. They're out in Colorado, so I'll actually get to watch some of their game tonight. That's what I'm going to try to watch. Fingers crossed Wilson Contreras gets a cutter. Let me make sure. No, a sinker. Sorry, out of my Daily Dinger video. Need him to get a sinker tonight so I can cash his home run prop.
All right. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be watching tonight, to be honest. Probably some World Cup and WNBA. Because believe it or not, in the W, as we like to call it, in our circle, that Dallas-Seattle game, it's the late game, should be an absolute. So there's 2 games. There's Phoenix and Indiana. That's on 8:00. That's on the USA Network, and then Dallas and Seattle is the late game. Both of those games should be absolutely a lot of fun to watch. Speaking of wrestling, Miss Kim says Raw is on now. It just started at 2:00.
Yeah, my kids don't know that. I didn't know that, so we're just going to watch it like we normally do.
There we go.
I think they're overseas. I think they're in Europe again this week, so that's why it's all jacked up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what Miss Kim just said. They're overseas right now. So
yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing, going between World Cup and some WNBA action, and then constantly checking on our 3K parlay because a plus 140 ticket is a great way to start the week. With that, Robbie, I can't wait to break down House of Dragons with you on Wednesday. This is going to be a lot of fun. I think we just kind of, we don't need DG's permission. We could just do that. That's a us decision. Okay.
Yeah. 2 out of 3. We voted.
That's right. 2 out of 3 voted. It doesn't matter what DG says. You got voted out. With that, hey, listen, good luck. Let's cash these bets. Be kind to one another, and we will see you here again on Wednesday.